Hey guys, um, so new camera angle. Let's hope you like it. I don't really know if it's going to be that much better, but it's a little bit neater than having it from this side, and you can't really see the cards that well. But let's go through. I played locals yesterday, and I came eighth, 3 wins, 1 loss. We only played 4 rounds. Should have been 5 rounds, but time. They start at 6. It's already 9 o'clock. Nobody really wants to be playing till like 10 or 11. I wouldn't mind, but I digress. So just made myself a nice cup of coffee, and now I'm gonna give you a quick rundown about the deck. I'll show you what I packed from my top cut pricing, thoughts, side deck patterns, whatever, and just a little bit more about not really the deck, but about the game as a general, and also like maybe a bit more about how to be a better person, I guess, because apparently a lot of people don't really know how to be good. So a little bit more of a relaxed, it's a tissue there, a little bit more of a relaxed deck list profile, and then we'll just run through. So we go for the engine, 2JJ, Kewl Tune. Now, why 2? I think I've gone through this enough, but having 2 going first, especially when you win the die roll, you're going first, it makes your plays a lot more resilient. It makes your plays a lot better, because if you open this, then and they ask your track maker or something, you're like, okay. It doesn't really hurt all too much. Also, having the second JJ comes in when they try ghost ogring it, and this card is what gets you the grind, gets you the follow-up, because this deck will kill your opponent in turn 3. Maybe if they're lucky they get a turn 4, but at that point it's so hard for them to ever come back into the game if this deck pops off. And I think that's fair for most decks, to be honest. Like, even if you play some other like crazy pile decks, if you can't break the board, they normally just OTKing you on the following turn. But that's enough talking about the 2JJ. I see some people saying, let's side 1JJ and then put it in. I don't agree with that, because most of the time, after game 1, let's say it's going game 2 and I'm going second, I would side 1JJ out to put an extra non-engine. Or I would go in game 3 and I'm like, okay, now I've got more powerful cards than the JJ. Let's side this out and do that. As opposed to, I don't think I'll ever side in the second JJ, but I'll very often side out the second JJ. So that's enough talking about JJ. 2 synchro, this card is going to get limited. Definitely, because it is just way too powerful. The ability to activate it twice in a turn is insane. They should just take it out and say you can activate it. It's not once per turn, because if they did that, then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to use the third one. But you never ever really go through 3 in one turn. To be honest, you only go on between 1 to 0 turn 1. And I'll show you why it's quite nifty, because I found a nice little combo that assists in playing through certain hand traps. And then 1 clip, you don't need more of her. And then 2 mix. Now, I've gone through this where I said I feel like mix is probably going to be a 2 off, because I'm not comfortable with her at 3 until I get better at the deck. Now, the reason why mix is not a 3 off is because by herself, she's not really a combo. Like, you go normal mix, you can add a level 1 or a level 3. So that's either your rotary, Rico, or Q. And then what? Because like now this mix can't really synchro into it. You make remix pass. It's not ideal, it's not amazing, but it's sadly all you have at times. So that's why I don't agree. And then also, I'm not playing the side frames because I don't want to draw a driver. And then mix is like only decent when you go mix and clip, go into track maker, or mix and mix, which is very horrible. But That's why I just chose to play 2 mix. You can still play 3. 3 is understandable, but I prefer having the second JJ over the third mix. And that's just my take on it. And then for the main girls, 3 rotary, 3 Rico, and 3 Q. And I'm just saying any combination of these, like 1 rotary, 1 Rico, 1 rotary, 1 Q, it's a very bad day in the office for your opponent. And that's why I started using KTS more in the draw phase to get that second copy, because people think you start KTS in the draw phase, like, oh, let's ash this, he's got nothing. And I'm like, cool, you just baited yourself. You hand ripped yourself for 0. And also draw phase KTS allows you to play a little bit better into draw, because they can't draw you. So yeah, and then let's go to the other part, which is 5 forms of synchro overtake, 3 duelist genesis, 1 synchro overtake, and 1 prosby. I've said this before we were playing 3 synchro overtake and 2 duelist genesis. Ban list happens, so now it's still, I want that 5 card ratio. There's a new card called overtuning. I think there's probably a spot in this for overtuning. It'll probably be the genesis that cuts down to 2 for a 1 of overtuning, something like that. Or I might even keep the 3 genesis, because I think genesis is an insanely good card. And I might cut out those 1 fallen and virtuous and play that. So I have 6 more forms of plays. Because again, people like, oh, you don't want to have too much engine. And I'm like, you don't want to have too much possibility to play the game. Like you want to have engine, because engine is what wins you games, especially going first. Being able to play through multiple hand traps and then still establish a full end board. And then 3 fallen and the virtuous. The golden ratios are always 2 secret rares and 1 ultra rare, because you don't have the 3rd secret. It is what this card is. What it is. It's just a pop, but it's pretty nice because it's a pop, it's a recycle, it's a pop again. So it's 1 card is 2 pops and a shuffle back. So it's like 3 forms of. It's like a 1 for 3. So it's a really good card. Yeah, if you don't have ammonia, just play cheaper targets. If you don't have Ecclesia Synchro, bro, it's okay. You can just play the Fallen with the Titaniclad and Dogmas and stuff, and still make something happen. Then let's go to the hand traps. When I play this deck, it reminds me of this song. We are family, na 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 na. I got my sisters and me, na 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 na. All my sisters are here. So I got all my sisters, my Ash, my Ogre, my Belle, and then I got this guy who's like, he's not really family, but he's like so close to being part of the family that we just call him family. Like, you know, you got that one uncle that's just like there. And like you call him family even though he's not blood related, like that's Vela. And then we got the 3, which is like that person that you see randomly at functions. They'll be like, oh, I knew you when you were a child, I used to carry you, you remember me? And you're like, not for the life of me. That's imperm. So 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Bell, 3 Vela, 3 imperm. Yes, Mona. Okay, you could do Mona. You could maybe cut out 1 Ogre, 1 Bell, play 2 Mona. Again, I like Mona, but I don't like Mona at the same time. The reason why I don't like Mona is because of this ruling way. It's not really like a Vela or an Imperm. It's only on special summon monsters, and it's when the monster special summoned, or it even has a more weird ruling that I don't even know of. But I just wanted to keep my deck simple where I know what my card does. So I look at my opponent. Oh, it activates on field. It's a monster or spell or trap. Okay, let's ogre it. Oh, it's adding from the grave. Let's bell that. Oh, it's Flua. Let's ash it. But yeah, and then that's it. Vale is underrated in this deck, really underrated. He's such nifty, like ability to just use him with your threes to make that track maker. So that's it. So that's the deck. Clean 40 cards. Let's move on to the extra deck. 2 track maker, 2 remix, 2 RS. Now this is standard. 2 track, 2 remix. That's pretty standard. Why do I play 2 RS? Well, I play Prosperity. I need some cards to toss away. And also, let's just make the second, I make back to back, make the second RS game, which is very fun. Yeah. And then 2 Zalen. Now, I just want you to keep in mind that I'm playing 2 Zalen. If you watch my videos from the start, I've always played 2 Zalen. If you watch a lot of top tier players who are playing, most of the time they say, I should have played a second Zalen, it came up. So amongst players, the second Zalen is something that we do have a thought on. Some of us are maining, some of us are not, depending if you're playing Harmonia. If you're playing Harmonia, it's a bit more complicated. But 2 Zalen. And then the one-offs. Crackle, Loudness, back-to-back, Chaos Angel. I never made Chaos Angel. Still to this day, I've never summoned Chaos Angel. Crackle I've only made once, but you still need him there or her. Loudness, I barely make this card because I don't know how to be honest. But it's fine. My opponent doesn't know that. I just make back-to-back. And then, so that's it. And then let's swap over now to the Ecclesia and then the Albion. This is just there for Fallen and Virtuous. Fallen and Virtuous send Albion. Use it to send the Ecclesia. Now, if you don't have Ecclesia, you got Albion. Here's a little tip. You use Albion to send, and then you add the second Virtuous, and you keep Super Poly in the deck because you could play Dogma. And then when they summon a monster, you can Super Poly their board with their Albaz and 2 other monsters, make Dogma. So, nifty trick. And then 1 Typhon. Never summoned him, never used him, never came up. I used him, I had a chance to use him once, but it was still a losing game. So Typhon might see the cutting block. Again, this card is always in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like, when I need him, he's not there. When I don't need him, he's there. It's like the worst meme ever. If I'm cutting Typhon, I'm probably going to play that Deep Sea Prima Donna. It doesn't do anything in this deck because it's not running Harmonia, but it's nice to have in case they contact you. Yeah, I think that's the one where it summons to your field and just synchro it off. And then let's go through the main side deck. I've been playing this game for so long and I keep messing it up, but it is what it is. Let's neaten this up a little bit. So 3 Flua. It's Fua. It's actually not that good. You can cut this and you're not going to lose much sleep over it. But I put it there. And just because the whole objective of Fua is going second to put your opponent on a half ball. That's all it does. And if it does that, then it's done its job, in my opinion. So Fua, yes, 3 Mistaken Arrest. And then to top off the 3 Mistaken Arrest, 2 Droll and Lockbird. We play 5 Drolls. Now, here's the thing. I used the Mistaken Arrest in game 1 and my opponent's like, bro, why are you playing this card? Bro, why? It's so bad. How can, like, it's such a floodgate. It's like, it's no skill, whatever. Just throw the whole kitchen sink. And my argument is, so that is broken. It's not, it's too much. But when your opponent is playing something like Doomsy and they end on that full board of Rudras and the family, that's fine. When they're playing Archmage and they got the whole cartel lineup over there, ready to paint you up, that's fine. When you're playing up against that those decks that put up like 5 or 6 Omni negates, like what's that thing? That trap deck, that Odeon, that's fine. Don't be a hater because your opponent is playing cards like this. They are in the game to be in the game, to be used, to limit the ceiling of your opponent, to give you that opportunity. When your opponent goes 3 Forbidden Crowns in their deck, they put 3 Solemn Accusations, 3 Solemn Warnings, 1 Judgment. Oh, play, bro. You can't. So it is there. And also, again, I said this from the beginning. What are the best decks in the format? Doomsy, Power Patron, Sky Striker, Mitsurugi. Branded is also there, but I want to focus on those 4. Those 4 decks are decks that I feel are more accessible to people, especially Sky Striker and Mitsurugi. They got reprinted, they're cheapish, they're very relevant in meta, they're pretty strong, everyone's going to play them. So play these cards to stop that. Play the cards that's going to have a bigger net to cast. And it doesn't hurt you that much. Now, I'm going to say much because I misplayed. Where I was mistaken and I made Trapmaker on my following turn. Mistaken locks you for 2 turns. It locks you for their turn, and then it also locks you on your turn. So it's more balanced than people think. It's not like a 1-turn floodgate. Okay? So when it flipped over to my turn, I accidentally made Trapmaker, and I'm like, oh, I can't search, I'm mistaken. But all I needed to do was, I had Zalen up, I normaled the Rico, my Rico got impermed. I had to go battle phase to beat over an SP. All I needed to do was just go Zalen, Rico, make back-to-back. Like, that's all I needed to do. And then pass, because I had Vela in hand. And then on their turn, no matter what their top deck, if it's a monster, it's getting Veiled. After back, and if it triggers, it's going to go back-to-back to summon Remix. And then I'm going to Vela. And then Remix is going to do her thing. Because they're never going to survive. So that's just a quick little tip. And yeah. And then 2 DD Crows. And then for the back row, double Lightning Storms, Duster. And then the utility, Call by Talents. Utility, I mean that I can put this going first or second, depending. Like, it's a little bit more flexible. But yeah, DD Crow, low-key, sleeper card. Hitting engage, hitting the names, hitting the Titan, what's those things? That Rindbrum, hitting the whatever they send off that Fallen in White. Like, it has so many niche interactions. And why this is better than the Bastials is, again, because like it just trades more. The Bastials can't hit spells or traps. And it never came up, but I just want to see. Yeah. I don't think it ever will come up. I was thinking maybe you could potentially use Crow as the level 1 with something else, but it's not a tuner, so it's never going to come up. But I just like Crow. I found like Crow to be like, it's just there as a good card to put in at times. And having Crow makes your Zalen so much easier to trigger, because it's kind of hard to respond to Crow from hand. Like, if you got the back row, they can Lightning Storm it, and then you're like, okay, now I have to burn the Zalen or whatever. But if it's just a KTS, you're like, KTS, add, okay, let the things go, it doesn't matter. I play 2 field spell. But if it's Crow, you can just be like, wait for something important. DD Crow, Zalen, negate. And they're like, yo, that's a kill shot. And then for the packs, I didn't have much good luck in the packs. Oh, one more thing, 2 tokens. Boa Hancock and Yamato. Well, I'm a One Piece enjoyer. I don't play One Piece. I tried it, but not that good at it. Oh, not that good at Yu-Gi-Oh either, but just didn't want to take up more of my time playing card games when I have a wife that I love and enjoy spending time with. But yeah, as you can see, I have two things in common that I enjoy. Doing this, I think I should have done my deck profile this way so you could see better. Well, we live and we learn. And for the ending packs that I pulled, one Starving, Rage, some Power Patron thing, Clown Crew, GMX, another Clown, and then I pulled 3 Ultras. So my box was like last 3 packs of a previous box and then like 6 packs of the new box, something like that. I don't even remember, but I ended up pulling 2 Farts Dragons and then this card, which low-key I'm slowly building up Power Patrons for some reason. Anyway, that's it. That's the deck. That's the extra deck and everything else in there. Let's talk to you about my rounds. Game 1, I go up against a guy, his name is Luke. He came second in the nationals over here, states, whatever. Really good player, really good player at this, but he normally plays branded. Yesterday he decided to play Fairy Tale. I don't know what possessed him to do that, but I'm like, okay, bro. And all I know in Fairy Tale is imperm the Xyz, the rank 4, and I'm like, okay, let's just see if that works. And my opening hand was 2 imperms the Ash, and I'm like, ah. And I also had Q and Rotary, and I'm like, cool, let's go. So he normal summons the one that's a 1 card combo, the one that does everything, and I'm like, cool, bro. Imperm, huh? And he's like, yeah, since you activated a card or whatever, chain this thing to summon a Magistus or add a Magistus. And I'm like, oh, so now he's doing this, he's gonna do that. So he's down 2 cards, he's got 3 cards in hand, he still needs to make the 4. Let's ash this thing. And he's like, cool, bro, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And then he goes, field spell to add. I'm like, add away, already ashed you. So he adds this thing, and then since he goes additional normal summon, I'm like, okay. And then he uses these 2 to make the black one, the link 4. And he goes, effect, I'm like, chain impulse. And he's like, she pass. And I'm like, cool. Q reveal Rotary, summon. And he didn't scoop it up. And I'm like, fair game to him. But I OTK'd him. Made back to back. And that was the writings on the wall, bro. And then game 2, I want this to just put this out here. Game 2, he wins the roll, he goes first. Have my imperm of Vela and stuff, and I'm like, XE is black guy, let's hit this thing. And then he sets 1 and makes some sub hop, or he sets 1 and then passes, and I'm like, okay. And then it flips over to my turn, and I start playing, and then when I activate Pot of Prosperity to excavate and draw 6, he hits me with draw. Remember, he hit me with draw. And then I try playing, I build a board, I out some things, but it's like, it's just so back and forth. It's a really miserable game state. And then this is what like really hit me that I didn't really like, but I just let it go. I didn't say anything because I had DD Crow in hand. So it passes over to his turn and he goes normal Ash. He's just normal Ash. Like he just went standby, like cool, nothing. Main phase, first action is yours. He goes normal Ash, effect of Spenta, and I'm like, I'm like, bro, like you just normal the Ash. You didn't really give me any opportunity or window to respond or do anything, because I had Crow to hit the Spenta or to hit the Magistus, the fairy tale, sorry, to whichever one had to do its thing. And I'm like, but it's fine. And then I'm like, it's fine. Just do what you want to do your combo. And then he combos, he makes something half board, and then he equips my track maker or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then it goes like back and forth. And then on another turn, he goes draw phase. He goes he just goes there. He draws for turn and he goes Splinter effect. I'm like, no. The first time like was way too much. Second time is like a bit rough now. I'm like, can you please like just go through the phases so I know like what's going on? And he's like, oh, okay, sorry, my bad. And then like second time I did a Crow Dispenser. But at this point it was too late because I already taken 2 shots with that Magistus, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine, it's game. If he didn't draw me, I OTK'd him, but he did draw me. And I saw all engine and I put it to the bottom of my deck. Roughs. So then we go to game 3. Game 3, I'm like, cool, I'm going first. Rotary reveal Q summon. Rotary reveal Q summon rotary. Rotary Q make track maker. Q1 rotary 2 track maker 3. But look at his hand. I see his hand is an illusion gate. I see his hand is full of some starters. And then I'm like, okay, add. Next 2 cards. Next 2 cards was an Ash Blossom and a starter. Like the 1 card starter that does it all. And I'm like, I'm a friend. I'll banish the Ash, I'll give you your 1 card starter to FTK me. And he's like, oh, okay. Got excited, thought I misplayed. I'm like, poor you. And then I set mistaken arrest. So I'm like, okay, I already know his whole hand. I know everything. I know his top deck. There's nothing he can do. Like clockwork, normal summon, effect. And I'm like, effect to add. Chain remix. Send. And then he's like, oh, sure. And then he says, effect of this thing here to make sure you send a second Zealand or they both get returned or whatever. And I'm like, cool story, bro. Chain mistaken arrest. And now he's just like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And then I send the second Zealand. And he's like, no ways you play second Zealand. How can you play second Zealand? And I'm like, carry on. And he's like, pass. He can't do anything. He can't even make the rank 4. He can't do anything. Because I summoned a remix, I popped his card, and I'm like, yeah, carry on, bro. What you gonna do? Whatever you put remix is just gonna shut off. RS is just gonna shut it off. And he's like, yeah, pass. And I'm like, OTK. And like, that's something I want to say. Like, you drilled me, you skipped some phases, some steps, and then now you're getting up in arms because I mistaken you. To be fair, I gave you a 1 card FTK combo. I'm a friend. But like, I just want to put this, emphasize this. I played on Sunday. Played this same Kewl Tune deck, made a few tweaks. You probably can see the video from what I played today or yesterday. And in that game 1, I versed a player playing Predator Plants. It's a rogue deck. It's really budget compared to this. It's not meta. And he beat me. And my response is, bro, these Predator Plants are cool. I didn't know what to do. It's so much of fun. And he's a Mexican guy. He's from Mexico, Latino. And afterwards, I'm having some grapes. You want some? Yeah, bro, let's have some grapes. Hitting a few grapes, having some talks, having some chat, having some laughs. Enjoyable. I lost. I should be upset. I lost to Predator Plants. Enjoyable. Go to the next. I win the next game. Fire Kings, he just beats me out of the blue. And I'm like, Who would have thought that putting a monster in attack position is the wrong thing to do? I know it's not, but I'm like, I didn't have any other choice because I needed to put damage on board. It's like, yeah, it was so much of fun. It was so clutch. It was so this and that. I'm like, bro, I played Fire Kings. I played against Fire Kings so many times. My friend Cohen loves the deck. And like, it's just so nice, like seeing that deck again, like playing. It reminds me of when I was back home. Like, we're just having some fun chat, some bonding like that. Then I play one guy playing Magistus Clown, the Clown Crew Mitsurugi. Really tight game, back and forth, and then he just wins it. And I'm like, okay, as I've said that, I'm going to draw for turn, but I'm not going to play it. I'm going to concede right now. And he's like, what? Why are you conceding? I'm like, bro, I'm conceding because whatever I top deck, Murukumo's going to negate. So don't care about that. But you had game the previous turn. And this is how. You attack with the Murukumo, you go prayers, tribute the Murukumo, summon out the Kusanagi. Murukumo effect, when tribute comes back, attacks again. That was the game shot. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, because what you summon off, prayers can't attack directly. And he's like, thanks, man. I enjoy that. I need to remember this and stuff. I'm like, yeah. Enjoyable. Like, when you win because you played well. You win because your opponent made a mistake, you took advantage or whatever. When you lose, enjoy it. Now, the reason why I say that, if you are successful 12% of the time at something, you would think that that person is the most horrible, pathetic, useless at doing that one task. Like, imagine you had to fill a cup of water and only 12% of the time the water went into the cup. You would think like, bro, what are you doing for the other 88%? Now, what if I told you doing something well and succeeding and only getting 12% of it right makes you one of the greatest to ever do that task? You'd be like, that's impossible. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo's conversion rate is around 12%, which means out of all the shots he takes, only 12% of them hit the back of the net. And that just goes to show something. You can't win everything. You can't win every game. And when you lose, you lose. When you misplay, you say, you know what? I messed up. He did this, I did this, I should have done that. But at the end of the day, congratulations. Because if he didn't beat me, I would not have learned from that. I wouldn't have made these changes, so I know what to do next time. Thank you for winning that game instead of letting me win that game of a incorrect play. And that's how you really improve. That's how you like just genuinely improve in life, to be honest. Like, just being like grateful and happy. And like, you know, at some stage in my life, I was also like that guy, like, oh, my opponent played this, and I'm like, why are you playing this card? It's so floodgatey, it's so this, it's so that. With age, I've come to realize that the best players in the world all floodgate each other. Watch your YCS tops, watch the endings. All of them are floodgating one another left, right, and center. That is the game. That's what you chose to play. Number two, you don't really know what your opponent's budget is. You don't know the whole story. If they heat waving you and all that stuff, it's probably because maybe they don't have the best cards and they're just using whatever they have in their bulk, whatever they have their friends gave them. And that's fine. It should be a game that's for everyone. So that's just all I want to say. Like, you know, when you're playing locals, everyone's coming there. They all want to win. Everyone wants to win. But only 8 players are going to win. And then you also got guys that are like cheating. Like, oh, we'll just give you the win and then we share packs, bro. So, you know, you definitely get top and all. It happens. Enjoy every game. Be nice to your opponent. Be nice to yourself when you misplay. Be nice to the people that are hosting it, the staff, the cashiers, the people who might be neating up the store. Be courteous to the next person when you use the restroom. Don't pee on the walls and the roof. Like, that's just like what I want to say. Like, I've come here and almost every single time I've talked to locals, the other person was a bit upset that I beat them in a certain way. And it shouldn't feel that way. Like, it's might be my first top, it might be my whatever top. Like, you should be happy, like, for the person. So that's just something I want to put out there. Something I want to say. If you are playing locals, especially in South Africa, I miss you guys tremendously. I hope that you kept the tradition that I started after locals, getting something to eat, having some jokes, having a laugh, having a beer too. And that's what I really want to say. Like, no matter where you're watching this, after your locals, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go to that opponent that you might have snubbed off, or you might have played off like arrogantly or rudely because of whatever. Tell them, hey bro, you know, that last game, I'm sorry I was a little bit mean or whatever. I was just like, wasn't thinking, I wasn't myself. How's about I grab you a coffee next week? So you come a little bit early, we grab a coffee, you can show me this deck because like, it was cool, I didn't know what was cutting. How's about I buy you a pack just to say it's sorry. If you can't afford a pack, can't afford a coffee, bro, I'm sorry, it is what it is. If you need a card, let me know, and if I pull it, I'll give it to you at a really good price. If it's expensive, or if it's a common or a super ultra, you can have it. It costs nothing to be good. It costs nothing to be a decent person. And that's something I really want to leave everyone with. And if you know me, then you know what I'm saying is exactly who I am. It's exactly what I do. It's why people do enjoy versing me. 90%, if not every single time, people like, bro, I've had my most fun games versing you. I'm like, thanks. But that's it. That's a cool tune. Those are, I think I only spoke about one of my games. Let's go through the others real quick. Game 2, Archmage. Bro brought the cartels for me. I'm like, hey, I'm starting calling you Pablo, because this thing is just the whole cartel family coming after you with their paintbrushes and trestles. And he's laughing. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Because game 1, he set up half board. I'm like, I can't play this. Omni Negate, Droplet, MST, whatever. I'm like, Fallen in Virtuous and a Dream, bro. Not enough. Game 2, I didn't show him what I'm on. And he keeps on making the joke, oh, you're on a new deck every week. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. But go game 2. And game 2, I just go, Rotary reveal queue, summon Rotary, and it's like, I'm scooping right now. I'm like, hey, let's go game 3. And then game 3, Pro just went, I had Flua and I didn't activate it. His first action was contact fuse from their hand or whatever, summon this non-finito. I'm like, what? It does that? He's like, yeah, it just contact fuses and it summons. I'm like, I really need to read the cards that I have in my binder at times, because I have that card and I didn't even know it did that. And I'm like, well, now I'm gonna Flua. He's like, I'm like, okay, at least I learned. And then he built his half board again. I'm like, yeah, bro, you got it. If I couldn't beat it the first time, I'm not beating it the second time. And he was laughing. And then we played Edison. I was telling him why I couldn't come for the nationals. Wanted to spend time with the wife and things, and it was really nice. So shout out if you're to him. His name is James, also really nice guy. I think all Jameses are nice. Then after that, round 3, I was versing Evan, a new guy, and I never versed him before. And he was on Mumigul Yami, and I went first and he scooped it up. He goes second and I misplay because he set Purge, and I'm like, okay, and he only had Purge and a Dream, and I go normal RS, normal Rico effect, and then he go purges it, and because he has a trap, Purge gets destroyed, and I'm like, shouldn't have done that. I should just normal RS, no effect, RS and the mix in hand, make Rico and the mix in hand make RS. Rico pop the purge, battle phase, game. Like, should have done that. Misplay. I learned. Scoot over, game 3, win it, and again, nice guy. He had to run to catch the bus. And then after that, go to game 4. Game 4, I'm versing Malice. Ironically, this guy messaged me. He's like, hey, I need to borrow some Malice cards, Malice bits. Can you help me out? I'm like, sure, bro, no stress. So I lent him my Malice deck, Malice core, whatever. And I was showing him like how to play the lines before the tournament, like ideas, tips, and tricks. He had a good basis understanding because he played it on Master Duel and whatever. And then game 1, I cook him. Game 2, bro, die-fied me. And I'm like, well, I can't really out that easily. Because when I tried to out it, he impulsed my card and it got destroyed. I don't even think it summoned, and I wasn't able to make the Chaos Angel to send the die-fi. I'm like, bro, it is what it is at this point. And then we skip over to game 3. Game 3 goes into a bit of a grind game, and I misplay slightly because I have Veiler in hand and I mistaken arrest him. So on the following turn, I use Rico, and because he impound my Rico, I use Rico and Veiler to make Track Maker. And then I go, and then I'm like, oh shit, I can't activate Track Maker, I'm under mistaken arrest. And I should have lost that game over there. He said, bro, you know what? If you want to take it back, you can. And I'm like, if I do that, I'm going to make back-to-back with a Veiler in hand. It's going to be too much for you with your one card. And he's like, okay, let's just see what I go for top deck from here. Top deck's away, and Imperm is like, you have it. And I'm like, you know, we take those. So those were the games. That was it. A little bit of some life stories. And yeah, this video is going to be so long, but changes to make. I'm looking to maybe put Dark Ruler no more. I just don't know how I'm going to fit it in. Just something I need to think about and fill around with. And then yeah, take care guys. I wish everyone the best and see you soon.